27 points. Oh, now he drives. Kick it out, Pritchard. Walsh from the corner. Yes, sir!
Jordan Walsh, huge shot.
Welcome to the big time, 2-7.
Jordan Walsh with a massive clutch three gave the Celtics a 5-point lead at the time. They get the win 111-107. Your final to move to 5-6 on the season. Tom Giles, Chris Forsberg, Eddie House with you. Jordan Walsh, 2 big threes in this one. They got contributions all over the place. Already, you just saw on the broadcast that it was Luka Garza who was named the player of the game. Eddie, your thoughts on the Celtics and their ability to pull a win out tonight?
I thought that a bunch of guys stepped up when they needed to. Think about Simons. He stepped up early in the first half when they needed that, right? Gave him a huge boost. Hugo came in, played great defense, gave him a huge boost. Jordan Walsh, I thought he played great defense, got a bad whistle. He was being physical with Paolo. I know Paolo had the 14 in the fourth quarter, but he was being physical, hit the big shot because the basketball guys rewarded him for playing defense the way he was. Garza was impeccable tonight. He was all over the place, always around the basket. And then Derek White knocking down a big shot on the wing as well. So I thought everybody contributed, and this was a total team win.
Think about it. Like, Anthony Simons had one of the wildest scoring quarters in Celtics history, and it was probably like the 5th most eventful thing in this game because so many contributions from that bench. I did not expect to see Luka Garza and Jordan Walsh as your crunch time lineup against a quality opponent like the Orlando Magic, but they earned that right with the way that they played. And you could have thrown Ugo in there, and Minot came in for some defensive versatility. But it's clear, like, when you came into the season, one of the biggest concerns was, would the Celtics be able to lean on their depth? And there's still a whole bunch of strides to be able to do that on a night-to-night basis. But given the ups and downs that all these guys have already experienced through 11 games, it's really endearing to watch how someone like Walsh can come in and just kind of figures it out the last few games, playing with energy, going for rebounds, defending as best he can with the clear ability that he has, and then to be rewarded with the three-point shot. And you got a guy like Garza, again, who gets taken out of the big man rotation a little bit, minutes are down, but comes in and just gives you energy. Turns out he's the best Luka in the league.
And he was tonight for the Celtics anyways with those 16 points for Luka Garza. Again, the Celtics getting the win here. Jordan Walsh with that huge clutch three standing by with Caleb Burton back in Orlando.
Jordan, a huge performance by not only you, but the whole bench entirely. 50 bench points. You hit a dagger three, ice in your veins. What was going through your mind in that moment?
I felt like, throughout the course of the game, my man would leave me and go help. So I knew that, going through the game, if I slowed down and was ready for my shot, that it would eventually come. If not, crash, try to get offensive rebound.
When you see guys what do you make of Jordan in this game here tonight?
He's the king of lockdown. He can guard anybody. The bigs, the littles, the wings, it don't matter. Call Jordan. He's your guy.
That's an ad. That's an ad. Not only did X just mention the defensive side, we're talking about that big three, but just seeing the other guys on this bench. I mentioned those 50 points. Having Lucas step up, especially when Neemias Queta goes out with those fouls. How are you able, as a bench unit, to stay ready and lock in those moments?
It's through preparation. Preparing is, way before the game, the days before the game. Every day, everybody comes in here. Me and Luka, we work out every morning. We're in the gym shooting every morning, waiting for our opportunity to come. And when it came, we maximized it. Shout out to him, shout out to everybody else. Hugo came in, played big. So, those guys always staying ready, always being prepared is great.
19 lead changes in this game. How were you guys able to stay relentless all the way up into the half, all the way up into the end, and come out on top?
We knew that, Orlando's a physical team. We know that first punch is coming. It just depends. Are we going to throw it? And if they throw it, are we going to come back and hit harder?
Joe has been on you throughout this whole season, ever since you became a Celtic. When you see him, get up for you and you are able to lock in on key moments, what goes through you mentally as a player?
I feel great. The support from him, not just him, but everybody. D. White coming dapping me up. JT watching him dapping me up. All that stuff fuels the confidence, fuels the energy that I have that I can bring. It makes you want to fight for those guys even more.
Congrats, Jordan. You deserve this one.
Thank you so much.
Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Kayla. We got Drew and Scal joining us now as they just called the game here for this 111-107 win in what was a very entertaining game, entertaining fourth quarter.
Yeah, for sure, Giles. We said this down the stretch, but for a game in, early mid-November, you can't ask for much more in terms of intensity, and competitiveness. And I think you just got to feel really happy for Jordan Walsh. He's 21 years old. His first 2 years in the league, playing time has been stop and start if he even gets on the floor at all. And all of a sudden, he's playing crunch time in this game, Scal.
Because of his defense. I mean, he is so active with his offhand, knocking the ball away. Guys have a hard time, and they don't feel comfortable when they're going against him. You earn your minutes on the defensive end, and then you get those opportunities. He was also the one that made the shuffle pass over to Luka Garza for the dunk, and then he makes the big-time three. Also, don't forget, Jaylen Brown's getting double-teamed. He catches, swings it, Derek White, big-time three. So not only was he doing the big things that we saw, he's also doing all kinds of little things that helped the Celtics win.
And I love what he said to Kayla in the postgame, which is, he knew they were going to help off of him, which they'd been doing all game. Maybe he feels like that's disrespect, just like how Scal said he didn't think Luka Garza could dunk in this game.
It's not disrespectful.
Oh, it's a Diz Ray, my friend Diz Ray needs new specs.
I just never seen him dunk before. I watched him. He comes down the lane. I'm like, I'm not sure he can dunk, and he dunked.
Well, he dunked today, and he had a massive game. 7 for 8 from the floor, 16 points for Luka, 8 rebounds. He's a +9. It's just hard to imagine anybody playing harder than Luka Garza.
Yeah, he made a lot of things happen. He's in the right location. He sets good screens, knows how to roll out. Good hands, good finisher. But we got to talk about Anthony Simons.
Yep.
This thing was looking bleak. The Magic were punking us. All of a sudden, Joe calls timeout. A little bit later, Anthony Simons comes in, and he knocks down a big three, and then he gets it going. 25 points in the first half. The bench today, across the board, Hugo Gonzalez with the big three. Every one of those guys contributed, and that's nice when you can do that. You go on the road, you're playing a tough opponent, a tough physical opponent. Joe Mazzulla let those guys rock out, and they earned their time today. But I think just in general, across the board, the bench is what helped us win this game.
No doubt. It started with Anthony Simons in the first half, and then everybody else came with him in the second half. And you mentioned Hugo. He's team high +19 in the box score in just 12.5 minutes of action. So, Giles, everyone came to the party today. I think that was the most fun we've had calling a game all year, probably, right?
I would say on the road, this situation, probably the best win of the year, especially responding the way that they did after getting punked for the first, I would say 8 minutes.
Yeah, and Scal's going back to Disney tonight, so we can wrap up the weekend in style.
And get the ears, man. Get those ears going.